How's everybody doing today? Nice. Last day of the fair. You guys made it. And it's a beautiful day too. It's beautiful out, nice and cool. It's wonderful. My name is Gil Rigler, and I own the Oasis Camel Dairy down in Ramona, San Diego County, near Julian Apple Pie, the Wild Animal Park. We have 42 acres altogether, and we have 21 camels. And we're going to talk all about camels today, and hopefully you'll see what neat animals they are. For example, this guy over here enjoys being brushing so much that he won't even eat. Whenever you come and brush him, he stops moving. And that's the reason that we bring him out here. He's in training right now. This is a little baby camel that was here last year, and we're milking his mom. His name is Arjuna, and now he's a year and a half old and doing really good. His training is to come out and get a little bite to eat and get brushed, and that's how we work with them and train them. Now, I'll tell you all kinds of wonderful things about camels, but what are the bad things we hear about camels? Spitting, exactly. It's only the seated area. That's why everybody becomes close and sit right over here. That's the target people. But camels won't do that. So here, we'll just talk quickly about that. Then we'll talk about some amazing camels and how good they are in the desert. And then we'll bring out the mom and baby after that. So here's the secret. Camels never spit on each other. You will never see a camel go up to another camel in the herd and spit at it. It's considered bad manners. I had a llama once with the camels. Llamas spit to communicate, and when the llama spat at my camel thought it was the most horrible thing in the world. His mouth was, some of it got in his mouth, and he was like trying to get it out, and it was this whole thing happening. So camels don't like that. Camels actually will only spit on people that irritate them for a prolonged period of time. And if you do that, camel learns how to spit. Now, once he gets really good at spitting, you know, this is an achievement. He learned something new. So if he's bored and there's not much to do, and a kid walks by or a parent, guess what? He's going to look at the other camels and say, hey, look what I can do, and he's going to spit. And it'll be a lot of fun. So they have a weird sense of humor. They're not evil animals. They just get a little bored and they just try to find something to do. I went to the pyramids in Egypt. I was going to ride a camel. And he was about that far away and said, I'm riding that camel today. And he just looked at me and went, like that. And I did ride him. Went back to the hotel and had to take a shower and change. It was awful. So camels use this kind of stuff. They're not stupid. Super smart. In fact, they're smart like dogs. When we train camels, we work with them like you would work with your dog. When you say to your dog, come here, sit down, you give him a treat. Same thing with the camels. His treat right now for coming out so nightly is getting brushed and getting the food over here. And that's how we train him. It's really easy if you understand camels. They're super intelligent and they're super sensitive. So things kind of go wrong very quickly if you don't listen to them. They're like, hey, you're not listening to me, I don't like that. And then they escalate. And they are very strong. Camels can lift 300 pounds by their mouth. That's how strong. I once bought a camel, I brought her home, I held onto a rope, she picked me up in the air, and then she threw me to the side, went over, and bit on me, like that. A year later, I was her best friend. Everything worked out, but super strong. They can also kick all the way with the back foot. They can always kick you all the way here in the front, kick like a big swipe kick, and they can break a 4x4, you know, with a kick if they wanted to. I don't know why I'm telling you all these horrible things, but people keep asking me, do they bite, do they kick? Well, anything has a mouth can bite. Anything has legs will kick. It will happen sooner or later. But some of the neat things, so in the desert, no predators over there because they're so big, and that's why we train them like dogs. But also, in the desert, it's really hot. How do they live through all that? Well, they can go 2 weeks without drinking. Imagine a hot day. How many times do we drink in a hot day? We drink like, 8 to 9 times. Camel won't drink that day. Another 13 days, they don't drink at all. They lose 25% of their body weight in water. For a big camel, like Camelot back there, that's a full bathtub full of water, 40 gallons. They drink it and they keep going. And I've seen camels in an oasis in the Sinai Desert go to there after not drinking for a long time. They put their head in the lips in the water and they do not move until everything's filled up. And all you'll see, he can go back in. He's doing good. He wants to go in, and he's young. He's only a year and a half old. If he was 6 years old, I'd say, no, you need to be mature and adult and stay here with me. But he's so young that I want to work with him and make it easy for him. And all he'll remember if stuff was easy. I mean, he's kind of like, in a way, like a 10-year-old boy or something like that. So if he says, I want to go back in, that's okay, and we'll wait a little bit. So they put their head in the water, and you just see the water going up their throat, like big globs of water going up for 10 minutes. They fill up like balloons and start washing around and walking and slushing, and in 20 minutes, all that water is absorbed into the bloodstream. So that's where it goes. Our red blood cells are round, they don't change shape. Their red blood cells are oblong like balloons. They can swish down when loose water and then fill up 20 minutes after they drink. So that's where they store it. Now, the hump is full of fat. That's where all the fat goes to. Migrated to the top, insulates them from the heat of the sun. Now, not only can they kind of absorb all that water, they don't like wasting it. How do we waste water? When it gets really hot out, what do our bodies do to cool down? We sweat, exactly. If we sweat a lot, we have to drink a lot. Camels can't afford to do that. So we sweat because we have a constant temperature, right? 98.6. If we go below it or above it, we're sick. Camels can go below it or above it without a problem. So on a hot day, camel out over here will be like in the morning 98.6. Right now he's probably 100 degrees body temperature. When it gets really hot, his body temperature will go up to 107 degrees. Won't even bother him. Totally natural. 107 degrees at night exudes the heat, goes right back down to 98.6. It makes it really, really hard to tell if you have a sick camel. You know, we take temperature to see if somebody has the temperature. You know, camels can be all over the place. You have to take a temperature like 5 camels to figure out what the temperature is supposed to be. Let's go ahead. Our mother camel, Knuckles, and her little baby is Amina. Amina is 5 months old, just a tiny little baby. She'll mature when she's 6. When you milk camels, it's very different than milking other animals. The baby has to be right there with the mom and ask for milk. So no baby camel, no milk. So in our dairy, the mom is always raising her baby for the year of lactation. The baby has to come out and stimulate the mom to give milk, and mom has to decide to give milk. And we're going to see if that happens. Now if you look at Knuckles, you can see she has all these strings and straps on her, and the cover on the udder. That's something that South Bedouins do in the desert to keep the baby from drinking all the time so they can share in the milk production. They say, they call it a camel bra. They say they invented the bra, you know, thousands of years ago. They were the first ones. And it took me 6 months to learn how to put a bra on a camel. It took me a long time. And now at night, what do? I'm washing camel bras. That's my life. Okay, so here's our little baby. These guys are the most lackadaisy kind of team of milkers I've ever had in my whole life. Usually the baby is right over here asking for milk and doing her job, and this girl, we kind of have to work with her. So hopefully, I know you're a beautiful girl. Plus, she discovered fingers are very nice as scratches. So she does not want to move when I ask her to move because she enjoys it so much. Push your mouth on this. There you go. Okay, you're gonna come over here. There you go. And then we want her to put her head in there and stimulate the mom. See how she's looking at the teeth? And she's kind of going in there. And now she's going to go in. We're going to ask her to go back over there. And there you go, little girl. A little bit more. Like I said, usually we have to wait for the baby and mom to decide to do this. So I'm going to ask her to come back over here and do that a little bit more. And then hopefully get in there. And you can't. Look at her, she's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want you to scratch me some more. I'll scratch you later, but right now, right there. I've never had to do this before in my life. I mean, usually the babies are right in there like, I want my milk right now, but we're feeding them so much, they don't really care about it. What should happen? The baby should go in here and ask for milk. Shall she go and put her head down there and go from one teat to another? And then the mom needs to get very, very quiet. She'll excrete oxytocin if this happens, and she'll get very quiet. Hopefully she'll do this right now. And then the hormone comes from her brain. You'll see big blinks. It means that the oxytocin is being pushed out of her brain. And that causes muscles to contract. That's like human mothers do the same. Now, if that happens, it's going to go, now she's looking at you guys. It's going to go all the way from her brain, and her bloodstream has to go all the way back to her back area and cause contractions around the udder, which will push the milk from the udder into the 4 teats. So right now, the teats are just the size of a thumb. They're not that big, but if she does give milk, the teats are going to fill up. Folks, if I can have you guys sit down or move over a little bit, thank you. So the baby's still going from one to another. I think the mom did drop her milk for you guys this time, so I'm going to go ahead and give her some grain that actually helps her produce more milk. Now, this is a neat thing. This is how we share in the milk production with the camel. Once I see the milk is available, I run in and milk as fast as I can, because camels only give milk for 90 seconds. That's it. Just 90 seconds for this giant animal. And you have to milk as fast as you can if you want to get anything. Now, after I milk, within 3 minutes or 10 minutes, the baby can ask for more milk to get everything that's left, and that's how we share with the baby. So now the teat is nice and big. There's another reason why I asked you guys to sit right there. It is very, very close. I was raised on and my job as a kid was to milk goats morning and evening, so I'm good at this kind of stuff. So 90 seconds, remember, this is our countdown. In 90 seconds, it will shut off, and like 6 liters will be back locked up in the udder, and then 10 minutes the baby can go, hey, I want some more milk, and mom will give the baby the milk that she wants. And that's how we share in the milk production with our baby. And if you look at the hump on the baby camel, gigantic, because she gets so much mother's milk. I'm going to milk a little bit more over here. It's already closing down. We found out about the 90 seconds when we're overseas learning how to milk. We already paid for our plane tickets and everything, and we thought we'd only get enough milk for a cup of coffee, but you can get about 4 liters altogether if you're milking fast enough. So you see, that's all the milk I got right now. So why would somebody go to all this crazy work in order to milk a camel? Well, this milk is the closest milk to human mother's milk. It means that kids that have horrible food allergies, they can drink this and do really good. They can only eat rice or rice milk. They don't have allergies to camel milk, and it's very, very healthy. It has a lot of protein in it, a lot of vitamins, minerals, triple the amount of vitamin C than other milks. No allergies, so it doesn't have lactose, and doesn't have the casein that everybody is allergic to in cow's milk. It's good for Crohn's disease and colitis and irritable bowel syndrome. It's anti-inflammatory. It has insulin in it for some reason, so it's good for diabetics. And also, it's really good for about 30% of the autistic children. They're doing so good with camel milk. We can't sell this in California because the regulations is crazy. We have to start a grade A dairy, which is like $200,000 to milk one camel. You know, that just doesn't work. In other states, they're making it easier to sell raw milk. In Arizona now, you can sell raw milk from your farm. They just changed that. But we make products. We make lotions and lip balms and soap and bath bombs, and they're very moisturizing. As good as the milk is for your inside, amazing on your skin. And you can check it out over there on the table if you want to after the show. We also have information about our ranch. Oh, we have camel milk chocolate, which is really, really delicious. I'm going to go ahead and put this back up. You can also check us out on cameldairy.com or grab one of our brochures on the table. We're open once a month, and you can ride camels, you can feed them treats, you can take selfies with them, and it's a lot of fun, and we're not that far away, and it's not that expensive. Okay, we're going to put these guys back in, and we're going to bring out one more camel. We're going to bring our biggest camel that we have here, and that's Camelot. Off you go, everybody. Let's give a big hand for Knuckles and her baby. Such a good girl. Knuckles is an amazing camel. She's from our milking line that can give up to 12 liters a day, and they just love people. They're babies. These camels are very good with them. So we're going to bring out Camelot next. Camelot is that big guy over there. He's the one that carries kings into pageants and into nativities. And he does all this is for a little grain. He'll walk into the church, he'll kneel down, king gates off of him, and he gets a little grain, and he can't wait to do it again. My only problem with him is anytime the sermon starts going on, he starts yawning. It's like, don't yawn. That's bad manners. But he never goes to the bathroom in the church, doesn't do anything like that. He'll do theater plays in the dark and right by the curtains, and he does so good with it. It's amazing. And again, thank you. Again, it goes back to the whole thing. The camels don't have predators. There's nothing that eats them in the wild, so they just don't fear stuff. They're very, very comfortable with everything. They're very personal as well. They love the people that hang out with them and work with them. I have one camel, Boo Boo, giant camel. He wants you to come over and give him a kiss every morning. If you don't, he'll stop coming up. But if you do, every morning he comes up and gets a kiss, and he's very, very happy with that. Does anybody have any questions we can answer about camels? Anything? Yes, honey bunny. How about much? Oh, why don't camels have any predators? They're too big. I had a mountain lion once at home that tried to attack one of the camels. She was laying down, and when she got up, she kicked and bit at it, and it never came back. They're really big. I mean, coyotes at night walk between the camels all the time and don't bother them. They're so big, there's just nothing that hurts them. I mean, look at the size of this guy, so it's just too much for the predators to do. Yes? So why milk a camel as opposed to a llama and alpaca? Llama alpaca will maybe give you like half a liter or less a day, and these guys will give you 8 liters a day. So they just give you a lot more. But I did think about doing a llama dairy one time. Yes? How long do camels live? Camels live about 35 years. This guy is 20 years old. He's one of our oldest camels. And yeah, he still has plenty of time to go on our ranch. I'll stay over here, answer any questions. If you want to check out our products, they're right over there. Chocolate is great, and we like making all the product. It's very, very nice. Thank you very much for coming to our show today, folks. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and then check